Hey guys, it's Gojira here. Welcome back to another Call of Warhammer Beginning and End Times replay. Today we're going to be on a new 1.5 preview beta. This was released by the devs a few days ago, and it is kind of a version just to test out some of the bugs and some of the new balance for the units and campaign and all that good stuff. It is pretty cool. It does have a few new units here, as you can see. We'll be getting in the battle soon. It does come with a battle editor as well. And this is just the very first battle I actually played. I had some trouble installing it myself, mostly due to storage space issues on my Scrub Dub laptop. So let's hop right in here. Let's tone it down just a little bit. Okay, so my army in the new there we go, new patch as ogres. I brought one lead belcher, which now costs 6,000 to 4,500. 2 iron guts, 1 on each flank. 3 noblars and 3 ogres in the center make up my infantry, and then the very heavy Rhinox cavalry. These guys have replaced the Mornfang cav. Mornfangs were just about the same size. They actually had to tone the Rhinox down a little bit because the model was so big, but these guys are devastating on the charge, and even in prolonged combat they can be pretty brutal, but they can get swamped as well, which is their main weakness. Alright, my opponent today will be Amu. Oh, I guess he's just A now. He changed it back. Or no, this is a Steam name. He's from the Discord, and he's playing the Stunties today. A little Stunty love. The Slayers. I think it's both kind of Slayers. I may be wrong. The Slayers who are currently getting stuck on this rock don't get stunned anymore, which is a few other units don't get stunned as well. What he's opening up with right now is some Thunderers. He has about 3 units of those. He has 3 units of 2 units of Longbeards and a unit of Ironbreakers backing them up, a unit of Elders, Greatbeards, and then Thorgrim's bodyguard with, I don't know who, I guess that's supposed to be a Grombrindal, the General, and Gotrek. I'm going to be charging in here. He does have one more unit, and that is a unit of Hammerers. These guys actually have a bonus versus cav as well. The Troll Slayers do, and they have they're effective versus armor, which actually means a little bit more because last patch a lot of units had effective against armor, and now not so much do. And these guys don't get stunned anymore. So let's pop up to speed and see these lead belchers approaching. He's not really focusing on them. The lead belchers, as you will see, have changed. They don't bounce as fluidly. They kind of explode and then bounce a distance and then land again. My ogres charging in, going through the Thunderers and into these Longbeards. My Iron Guts are engaging the Giant Slayers out on the flank, along with these other ogres. These ogres will not fare well against those Troll Slayers at all. The Longbeards who got shot by these ogre lead belchers are getting charged by Iron Guts, and this is not going to be a good fight for them, but they're getting backed up by Greatbeards, so we'll see how that goes. I did get a nice rear charge with these Rhinox Riders, and they're just going to mow down pretty much anything in their path. Even Slayers, they're really tough because of their high mass. And I'm sorry for the little lag jumps, guys. I don't particularly know why that is going on. Let's see, I'm running my ogre lead belchers around with their sprite going on. He's trying to chase away with his Greatbeards, but he's going to line up for some nice shots with his Thunderers. I did forget to mention he did bring a Ballistae, but that got mopped up very quickly, so it almost did nothing this battle. I'm gonna get a rear charge with these Rhinox Riders, which is pretty nice. Can do a lot of damage with these Rhinox Riders. This is on small, or not small, but normal settings, I believe. So the unit sizes are kind of reduced. So yeah, these Troll Slayers are just mopping up the Ogres, which would not normally be the case with Slayers. Because these guys cannot get stunned, they can deal a lot more damage. The Iron Breakers are obviously going to beat the crap out of Noblars. These Ogres will they'll get some kills, but in a prolonged drag out fight, Iron Breakers will definitely take the field. Eldars are partly firing in and partly in combat. I don't really know if they're actually firing or not. It does say they are firing. It looks like they're just taunting right now. Sometimes fire at will stuff will get a little wonky. I'm going to charge my Rhinox Riders right into these Thunderers. I still got one Lead Belcher left. He's getting some cheeky pot shots in here. His Greybeard's Dwarfs are just a little too slow. These guys are charging pretty fast, but there's no way they can catch Iron Guts. Or, regular infantry at that. Rhinox Riders, I believe I've lost one. I don't know where that was. Maybe back here with the Troll Slayers. But the middle is looking a little dire for me. These Ogres are routing. I guess this is another unit of regular Ogres. I got confused by the little captain. Maybe it was Iron Guts. But it's not looking well. Greatbeards, Thorgrim's Bodyguard. Sorry, another new unit here. These guys are extremely tanky. Your standard tanky, ridiculous elite dwarf infantry will hold out against a lot of stuff. Even Rhinox Riders, charges to the back, and Iron Guts and stuff. So they will drag out this fight quite a while. Now there's another engagement here. He finally caught these Iron Guts, or maybe I countercharged. I didn't catch it. Noblars should be probably running for the hills at this point. I mean, they are just little Noblars. I still have my Lead Belcher. He's still firing in. There is about 9 Thunderers that got their bullet's name on him, though. He's going to go down, unfortunately. But I don't think I could stop that even if I wanted to. Just the 9. It only took 9. But that's how you take down Lead Belchers, ladies and gentlemen. Reference to my first video if you want to see how dangerous Lead Belchers can be. Rhinox Riders getting in the charge here with some Elders. Very nice. Getting the surround on this golden blob of dwarf elites. Nobblars are tying up his Iron Breakers. He's just fighting these Nobblars, kind of wasting these guys, but I think he'll realize it soon enough and pull them away, hopefully. Nobblars routing to some Slayers that only have F4 in their unit. Oh, Nobblars. So I pulled out my Ogres because I realized these guys are better used to just cycle charge rather than stick in the fight with these just heavy tier dwarf infantry, because they just outnumber them and outgun them with their defense and melee stats. So I'm going to get some nice charges in here, get that multiple swing animation. My Rhinox are still trying to find some juicy rear charge targets. I believe I'm going to go kill these nuisance Thunderers. I'm going to get a nice rear charge with these Ogres. I am wrapping up pretty much every part of his army besides his elite infantry corps. His Thunderers quickly got wiped out there, unfortunately not before they could kill the last Lead Belcher, which would definitely secure my victory. But now it's looking a little tighter, because in a grind out fight, I don't know with these numbers if even Iron Guts could defeat these combination of Elders and Iron Breakers and the Bodyguard unit. It's going to be a tough fight. And I believe he has his Greatbeard still. He only has 9, so this Greatbeard got defeated, overwhelmed by my Iron Guts and little remainder of Gnoblars. Gnoblars help just fill the body count, so I'm gonna throw in some of these nets to try to just stop these guys from getting their attack animations off. It will throw some of my knock some of my ogres down as well, but it'll keep these guys from swarming my ogres as much as they could. He's gonna get charge off, and that should pretty much rout my Gnoblars, but I'm gonna get a flank, and these Rhinox are gonna do what Rhinox do best and club some fools. And Rhinox should do, especially when it's like little one-on-one piecemeal engagements like this, Rhinox should just tear stuff apart. My Iron Guts seem to be securing the victory over here. There may be, yeah, a little left of that Greatbeards. Nothing seems to be remaining for the Dwarves though, besides their Iron Breakers. A little bit of hammers in there. There's a little bit of hammers, 3 hammers. But Thorgrim's bodyguard is looking like it's going to get worn down here pretty soon. I think if I get enough rear charges, I can just take him out. And oh, there goes my general. What a shame. But if a Rhinox is gonna die to a dwarf, what use is a Rhinox truly? Ha ha ha, stunties. And it's getting tight because I have these Iron Guts left, but if I hadn't wrapped up his Greybeards over here, I'm not sure if I would have been able to win this engagement because they just so heavily outnumbered me with Elders and Hammers and the bodyguard, and they're very elite. I don't believe these guys can definitely get stunned. They're not like the Troll Slayers, but they do have really high melee stats. I don't think they have 2 HP or anything like that, but they're pretty tough for an infantry unit. And I'm gonna start to wrap them up though with these persistent cycle charges. Is what the ogres are good at with their mass. Ogres are I would say they're pretty strong. I can't say anything for sure because this was one of the first games I played. I've played about maybe 10 games at this point, and I can't really tell what anything. I mean, you'll see soon enough what is gonna be coming out as the power factions. But it'll definitely be interesting. This new version or a patched version of this will be released on ModDB soon, is what we are hearing from the devs currently, with battle editor and all, so you can make your own custom scenarios. I am gonna be probably doing more content on this, boys. This new patch is pretty cool. New version, I should say, not really patch. GG to A. It is getting increasingly close, but I think I have it just because of my Rhinox and my unit of Iron Guts over here still at a strong 13. At this, I can pretty much say it's a big GG. However, his general is holding out, getting smacked around. Still, I mean, it's still pretty close. He was not able to take down these Iron Guts with Thunderers or his artillery. I think he was planning to either skewer my Rhinox or my Ogres, and they did not go in his favor. Alright guys, welcome back. I just skipped ahead a little bit because it was kind of tedious watching these ogres cycle charge some stunties to death. Let's look at the kills here real fast. 401 deployed. Usually that's around the number of a ogre army in this version. My Rhinox Riders got 175, definitely decent for sure. They can pretty much blow up any unit head on, rear charge. unfortunately, I think with the elders, I think the charge got botched or they were just ridiculously tanky. But my Rhinox they struggled to get some kills on those elite infantry until I really started cycle charging with them. They did wrap up pretty much everything else though, the Giant Slayers, the Thunderers, anything they could get their hands on. Iron Guts performing as they should. Melee beasts, you just got to get them into the right combat and make sure they're not wasted on anything and get shot down or rear charged with cav and whatnot. Ogre Lead Belcher, little underperformance for this whopping 6,000 gold you're paying for it, but it can bring a supreme threat to the field and kind of position, make people go in a weird position. But it pretty much underperformed. This magic didn't do particularly great. Its missile path is a little different than it was in the previous version. Noblars, good job, meat shields. And Ogres did really well for themselves. They when you cycle charge and get them into infantry engagements that you can detach from easily, they will do pretty well for themselves because they have a really high charge bonus and they'll just whop infantry when they get them on lower enough models. And that's about it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a little laggy. I apologize for that. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Definitely more content on this preview build. Either before or by the time it comes out, you'll probably see a few more videos on it from me. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.